and welcome back to Rue's Life. So we're well and truly into the harvest season now. It's September and I'm not just thinking about those things that I could be harvesting from the garden and from the vegetable plot, but I'm actually looking around the farm and in the hedgerows, and I'm going to show you the things that we can forage for in the hedgerows around us if we're fortunate enough to live either on our own small holding or homestead, or if you live in the countryside. So I'm currently standing in one corner of one of our fields. I'm actually at the junction between four. So there's a paddock there, there's a paddock there, there's a paddock there, and there's another paddock behind us. But what I'm showing you is this one row of hedge. So from this corner where we are all the way up and over, and we're going to walk up that hedge line, and I'm going to show you the abundance that we have that we can harvest at this time of year. The first thing that we come to are these wild damsons, and I'll just pick a couple off for you to show you. So that's one, there's a couple, and there's an absolute abundance, and there are more further up, and they're absolutely delicious. So look at those, absolutely laden. And then just a little bit lower down than those, we've got a mass here of berries, and those are hawthorn berries or haws, and they can be really beneficial, although the seeds aren't great, so you need to try and avoid eating or using the seeds. But the berries themselves can be really useful and be made into all sorts of lovely things. Again, we've got more of these fabulous damsons, and then we're going to walk a little bit further. We've got more of the hawthorn and more of the damsons. More damsons again. And then a little bit further on, and we come to an elder. This isn't one of the biggest ones, we have a few, but here are forming some lovely elderberry, which again have got a multitude of uses. Just below those there's more hawthorn. We've got a lovely variety of holly bushes over the farm, which are great for gathering in the greenery, and some of them are buried for Christmas, you know, just for enjoying. And then further on we go. And here are some rose hips from this beautiful wild dog rose, and these have wonderful medicinal properties. And then above us, I'm going to try and lift the camera up for you, and we've got more in other places on the farm, is hazel, and we've got hazelnuts. And then we're moving along. Again, there's more, this is an older one, more hazelnuts. More hawthorn, more alder. More rose hips hiding away there. And then when we get right to the top, there's a massive oak tree. And I haven't actually found a use for acorns yet, although I do believe you might be able to make wine. I'm not 100% sure about that, so drop me a comment below if you know more than I do about acorns and what we could potentially do with them. I mean, they look beautiful, if nothing else. And then last but not least, right up at the corner, in fact not last, we've got two more elder. So lots of elder berries here, and these are starting to a little bit higher up than the others. There's plenty on that tree, shrub, whatever you want to call it. And then in this corner and down the next hedgerow, we have got sloes. Let me see if I can get you close enough to some of the sloes. And they make absolutely wonderful gin. So I'll just turn you around and you can see we've literally just walked this one hedge line. And of course on the farm we've got quite a lot of hedges, and there's so much that we can be harvesting, as I say, at this time of the year. Another thing that we can forage for is kindling and firewood. So we've started making this little pile, so every time we find something that's fallen, we start to make a pile, and then periodically I will go and collect it and take it back and put it in the woodshed, keep it dry, and we've got a little bit of free kindling or firewood, some bigger branches just here. So it's such an exciting time of year, isn't it? And as I say, it's not just those things that we've grown and produced ourselves, but there's so much in those hedgerows that we can go out and forage for. So what are you waiting for? Get out and do some foraging. If you're not sure about identification, take a good book with you, or take somebody along who knows, or consider going on a foraging course. I've done that a couple of times. It's really useful for identifying things if you're not quite sure. And the other thing I'd love you to do is drop me some comments below. What do you forage from hedgerows or from out in the countryside, and what sort of recipes, what things do you make with the things that you forage for? So as ever, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all soon.